Back on Earth, William Shatner's reaction to his epic space flight. Most of us have been dreaming from childhood to travel in space one day, but it's not possible for everyone to be an astronaut and travel in a spaceship, as the chances of becoming one are very slim. But for some people, the dream never dies, even if you are aged. With enough resources, a dream to conquer, and a lot of money, you can do this. The rise of private space companies gave everyone hope that one day, anyone can travel to space. 90-year-old William Shatner, who gained fame portraying Captain Kirk on the first Star Trek, just hitched a ride aboard a suborbital spacecraft that grazed the sting of the location before parachuting to a landing, making Shatner the oldest person ever to visit space. So, what was his reaction after his historical flight? Well, let's try to find out. Hello everyone and welcome back to Next Tech Ventures. Today, we are going to talk about the historical spaceflight of William Shatner. Are you guys ready to know? Without delaying any further, let's get started. And before that, please press the bell icon so you don't miss any new updates from our channel. That was unlike anything they described. That is what Shatner said on the flight live stream just before landing. Shatner blasted off on board a brand new Shepard spacecraft. The one developed by Jeff Bezos' rocket company Blue Origin, and therefore the same vehicle that took Bezos himself to space this summer. Bezos, a lifelong Star Trek fan, flew Shatner as a comped guest. With him were three crewmates: Chris Boshuzin, a co-founder of satellite company Planet Labs, and software executive Glenn DeVries, who were both paying customers, and Audrey Powers, Blue Origin's vice chairman of mission and flight operations. Shatner told Bezos immediately after emerging from the capsule, "What you've given me is the most profound experience. I'm so crammed with emotion, just extraordinary. I hope I never endure this. I hope that I can maintain what I feel now." Their trip failed to go exactly where the interplanetary jaunts that Shatner captained during his acting career. New Shepard's flight lasted just 10 minutes from takeoff to landing and gave the passengers about 3 minutes of weightlessness. The group strapped into a capsule that sits atop the 60-foot-tall New Shepard rocket Wednesday morning after a series of wind-related delays. At 9:51 a.m. local time, the rocket fired up its engines and roared past the speed of sound, vaulting the capsule up past the Kármán line, which at 62 miles high is one line demarking the start of space. Shatner and his fellow passengers were expected to experience up to 5.5 Gs, which seems like 5 times their weight pressing into their chest during their 2,000-plus mile-per-hour journey. Upon descent, a plume of parachutes then fanned out above the capsule to slow its descent, taking it from quite 200 miles per hour to about 20 in only some minutes. Shatner's new record, becoming the oldest person to fly to space, one-ups the record set just 3 months ago by 82-year-old Wally Funk, who was a former astronaut trainee but was previously denied the chance to fly before joining Bezos on this July flight. Shatner's flight marked the second of what Blue Origin hopes are going to be many space tourism launches, carrying wealthy customers and thrill seekers to the edge of space. It might be a line of business that helps to fund Blue Origin's other, more ambitious space projects, which includes developing a 300-foot-tall rocket powerful enough to blast satellites into orbit and a lunar lander. But Shatner's flight comes amid a wave of headlines that paint an image of internal turmoil at Blue Origin, including several exits from the senior-level staff in the wake of the corporation losing a key NASA contract to Elon Musk's SpaceX. A group of 21 current and former employees also co-signed an essay alleging that Blue Origin includes a dehumanizing workplace environment that's rife with sexism. It also claimed that the corporation has created an unsafe environment, and plenty of the essay's authors say that they might not wing a Blue Origin vehicle. Much of the present criticism also centers on the leadership of Blue Origin CEO Bob Smith, who Bezos installed to run the company's day-to-day operations in 2017. Blue Origin didn't reply to requests for comment about the protection allegations, but the corporation has repeatedly stated that safety is its top priority, like every company always says. Concerning the age of Shatner, let's talk about how safe Blue Origin really is. Blue Origin has conducted over a dozen uncrewed test flights of the New Shepard, and Bezos decided to place himself on the first ever crewed flight in July, partially to demonstrate that he trusts his own life with Blue Origin's technology. Blue Origin has billed New Shepard as a spacecraft that virtually anyone can fly with only some days of training. Though the vehicle will put the passengers through intense G-forces because it blasts upward and returns back toward Earth, the ride won't be nearly as intense as orbital flights, just like the one that SpaceX recently operated for 4 space tourists, which needs far faster speeds and a nail-biting re-entry process. Still, spaceflight is inherently risky. Drumming up enough speed and power to defy gravity requires rockets to use powerful controlled explosions and sophisticated technology that always involves some uncertainties. From a physiological perspective, however, Shatner's age should not be a difficulty, in line with Dorit Doniville, the chief director of the Translational Research Institute for Space Health, a Baylor College of Medicine-led research group that partners with NASA. Donaville pointed to a series of studies within which people with pre-existing medical conditions, including elderly men with heart conditions, experience up to 6 Gs in an exceedingly spinning centrifuge to simulate the crushing forces the bodies put through during space flight. Blue Origin passengers could experience up to 5.5 Gs, which might also make it difficult to breathe or move their hands and arms. They will not have the strain of piloting New Shepard, which is fully autonomous, in order that they can basically just sit there and wait out the 4 most stressful portions of the journey. One thing that's absolutely crucial for them, however, is to induce back in their seats as soon as Mission Control warns the passengers that the capsule's 3 minutes of weightlessness are close to being over. Because the spacecraft begins falling back to Earth, and therefore the crushing G-forces return, passengers who aren't strapped into their seats and oriented within the proper position could risk serious injury. The spaceflight also comes as Blue Origin's facing backlash from a bunch of 21 current and former employees, including senior engineers and managers who have worked across a range of departments and programs, who co-signed an essay alleging that the corporation incorporates a grueling workplace culture that makes it impossible for the New Shepard rocket engineers to ensure its safety. When most people consider spaceflight, they give some thought to an astronaut circling the world, floating in space for a minimum of some days. But that's not what the New Shepard passengers did. So, what did they do? Before you answer, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Well, this flight looked very much like Bezos' flight back in July. They went right up and came right back to go into reverse and did it in even less time. New Shepard suborbital flights at about 3 times the speed of sound, which is roughly 2,300 miles per hour, and fly directly upward until the rocket expends most of its fuel. The crew capsule then separated from the rocket at the highest of the trajectory and briefly continued upward before the capsule almost hovered at the highest of its flight path, giving the passengers some minutes of weightlessness. It works kind of like an extended version of the weightlessness you experience after you reach the height of a roller coaster hill just before gravity brings your cart. But during this case, you're a ballistic capsule, screaming and backpedaling back towards the bottom. Hey, I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. We sincerely hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click on the like button and make sure you share it with all your friends and family. If you have any questions or comments for us, please share them in the comment space below. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see even more incredible videos. Hey, we'll catch up with you in our next video. Thanks for watching.